On this week's edition of New York Now, we examine Governor Kathy Hochul's 2025 executive budget. Welcome to this week's edition of New York Now. I'm Shantel Destra. Tuesday was primary day in New York, where voters across the state cast their ballot for who they want to represent their respective parties in the upcoming general election. At the start of the year, she had come off of a win of a very competitive gubernatorial race. I don't need to remind you guys, but then she was met by a very interesting legislative session filled with high highs and low lows. So where did this session leave the governor politically? Running for office doesn't necessarily mean running for a high-ranking position like governor or state senator. It could be something hyper-local, like a spot on your school board or town council. Why were these specific pillars important to you and your overall vision for SUNY?
You know, when I joined in January 23, I had laid out those pillars with our Board of Trustees as the path to ensuring that SUNY is the best public higher education system in the country.
How will you balance the differences in approaches to looking at transportation upstate versus downstate, just given the different needs?
Well, fortunately, in my own life, I've had the opportunity to live in different parts of New York State.
And of course, that wasn't the only newsworthy moment this week. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump faced off in their first presidential debate. Is New York a leader, or is it kind of following the curve in its approach?
That's a good question.
Now turning to another topic. Under the 2019 Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act, New York has goals and benchmarks in place to reduce gas emissions and to achieve zero-emission electricity in the next few years. But as of today, the state is not on track to meet those goals for a number of reasons. Then we'll share an interview with iconic civil rights newspaper photographer Jim Pepler and unpack some of the biggest moments of his career. I'm Shantel Destra, and this is New York Now.